Hi everybody, this is my third top 5 games of the year video. The last 2 videos were just bad, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. Thanks for watching. Let's be honest, 2014 was a pretty weak year for gaming. Sure, there were a lot of good games, there just weren't enough great ones. Blame it on the unfamiliarity of the new console generation, the decisions by publishers to release multiple unfinished products, or just plain bad luck. Many games had aspects that were excellent. Shadow of Mordor's innovative Nemesis system allowed players to create their own narrative. Far Cry 4 crafted a gorgeous world where cold reality clashed with spirituality. And I had some of my all-time best co-op experiences in Destiny. But all of these games just missed the list for me. Here are my personal favorite games of 2014. For 16 years, Insomniac Games had only made games for the PlayStation, so I think the gaming world was shocked when the developer announced in 2013 that it was making an Xbox One exclusive. Sunset Overdrive retains Insomniac's fondness for pure, absurd fun. Similar to the Ratchet & Clank series, the game offers a wide selection of fun and distinctive guns. There are crazy weapons that shoot acid-spraying sprinklers, TNT attached to teddy bears, and cans of hairspray. Characters are silly and the story never takes itself seriously. As a result, the game is always fun and even sometimes funny. Sunset Overdrive's best feature, however, is the addictive traversal mechanic. Players have to grind, swing, bounce, dash, and wall run to quickly navigate the map. The open world is designed deliberately so that there's always something nearby to extend your combo. It was the most fun I'd had traveling through a video game world since Spider-Man 2. Sunset Overdrive gets major points for being original and trying something new in the crowded open world genre. Few games in 2014 took the risks that this one did. Wolfenstein: The New Order flew under my radar for a long time. Even after it released to positive reviews, I was skeptical about the sequel to the lackluster first-person shooter from 2009. But The New Order turned out to be one of the best games of the new console generation. The game takes place in an alternate reality where the Nazis have defeated the Allies in World War II. Players assume the role of Cliff B.J. Blazkowicz, an American soldier who falls into a vegetative state for 14 years and wakes up to find that the Nazis now rule the world. Blazkowicz joins a resistance group operating out of Berlin in an effort to topple the Nazi Empire. The game bucks the trends set by today's first-person shooters. Whereas those games only seem to care about non-stop action and thrilling set pieces, Wolfenstein focuses on story, character development, and environmental exploration. Fighting as an underdog guerrilla movement is not a common gaming experience today. The Nazis are a powerful and sometimes frightening enemy, which gives weight to each victory. In addition, Blazkowicz isn't a mindless, silent meat suit. He's an actual character with actual emotions. Through his inner monologues, Blazkowicz shows that he's traumatized by the acts of violence that he's committed, as well as the ones committed on his friends.
My people murdered so many times. I lost count.
Finally, the game never rushes players. It encourages them to use stealth when possible to conserve ammo and health, and careful exploration is rewarded with collectibles and extra resources. By combining its old-school roots with slick, modern storytelling and action, Wolfenstein: The New Order has challenged other first-person shooters to step up their game. Apparently, Matt Stone and Trey Parker cannot fail. After doing TV, movies, and Broadway, the two have decided to tackle yet another medium: video games. South Park: The Stick of Truth is a perfect complement to the TV series and another success for Stone and Parker. Developed by veteran studio Obsidian Entertainment, the game allows fans to be a part of the iconic small town of South Park. As the new kid in town, players find themselves caught between two factions in a make-believe war to claim the powerful Stick of Truth. Cartman and Kenny lead the humans, while the elves are headed by Kyle and Stan. It starts out as just kids having some fun, but in typical South Park fashion, it soon gets out of hand. Aliens, government agents, and Nazi zombies become involved as the fate of the world lies in the player's hands.
Here we go again. God damn it. I'm so tired of Nazi zombies. It's so overused.
Unsurprisingly, Stick of Truth tackles video game cliches in hilarious ways. Everything from the TV show is brought over to the game, including the art style and the writers, Stone and Parker themselves. All of this is done to make the players feel like they're actually in the show, and it works. I loved fighting off the Mongolian army, sitting in on the girls' meeting, visiting the 8-bit version in Canada, defusing a snook hidden in a terrible, terrible place, and doing numerous other things that can only happen at South Park. If you're a fan of the show, then you'd probably love South Park: The Stick of Truth. Telltale Games has got to be the busiest developer in the gaming industry right now. In 2014 alone, it released episodes for The Wolf Among Us, Tales from the Borderlands, Game of Thrones, as well as Season 2 of The Walking Dead. The sequel to the 2012 sleeper hit, which takes place in the Walking Dead comic universe, continues Clementine's story. 16 months after the events of the last season, Clementine has grown up faster than any child should. Without Lee, she has had to rely mostly on herself. Players control the 11-year-old as she adapts to an increasingly dangerous world. Clem quickly proves that she is more capable than most of the adults in her group. While she isn't physically strong, she can shoot a gun, kill walkers, and make tough decisions. The story does not hold back, repeatedly pushing Clementine down to forge a person who can survive in this kind of world. The return of Kenny, for example, forces her to choose between a person she deeply cares for and the integrity of the group. His presence led to some of the hardest choices I have ever made in a video game. It's even harder to see how my decisions affect Clem. There were moments in this game that made me want to reach into the TV screen, give her a hug, and tell her everything will be alright. The Walking Dead Season 2 offers a powerful experience that is often terrifying and heartbreaking. If you played Season 1, then picking this one up should be a no-brainer. For Clementine.
But part of growing up is doing what's best for the people you care about, even if sometimes that means hurting someone else.
I don't want to hurt anyone.
It's not that easy.
And here it is, the only obvious choice for Game of the Year, Dragon Age Inquisition. After the disappointing Dragon Age 2, developer BioWare returned with the sequel that the series deserved. The land of Thedas has been crippled by a long war between mages and Templars. And just as the most powerful religious leader is close to reaching a truce, she is killed and a great tear opens up in the sky, sending demons pouring onto the world below. The player's character, along with several key leaders, recreates an old order to bring peace back to the world. And so, the Inquisition is born again. As the Inquisitor, you are the only one who can close the Great Tear and change the world for better or worse. Your decisions are significant and far-reaching. For example, an early choice to side with the Mages or Templars determines the fate of the two orders and the enemies that will appear in the game. The game is massive, taking me more than 100 hours to complete. And this isn't repetitive filler action either, though the combat does expertly balance action with strategy. I spent most of my time in the game exploring the world and talking with my party members. Dragon Age Inquisition isn't afraid to take some risks with its gameplay. There's an extended section that tasks players with trying to locate an assassin at a royal party, while simultaneously navigating the complex political scene. It was a bold decision and one of the best gaming moments I've experienced this year. BioWare also often uses its fantasy world to call attention to real-world problems, and it does the same thing here. Wealth inequality, religious fundamentalism, and discrimination based on the way someone is born are just a few of the issues that we can relate to today. And you can actually do something about it on a large or small scale.
I think you're very brave.
Brave?
It's not easy to abandon tradition and walk your own path.
Dragon Age Inquisition is the rare game that offers much to do while having it all mean something. It improves upon its predecessors in nearly every aspect. There is no competition. This is the best game of 2014.